Okay, welcome to lecture number 2 of high and low method. Okay, so as said before, okay, we did mention that we're gonna do a question, isn't it? So I want you to focus on example number 1, isn't it? Obviously, we're gonna be able to do the focusing there. So this company, Great Oak, so they do have the output level. So the output, we have here number 1, 2, 3, 4, isn't it? And then we also have the costs on all the sides, isn't it? So let's just do that. So we have level 1, 2, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then our cost is we have 5,000, no units 5,000. And then we have like 7,000 down there. And then we have also like 9,000. Also, you have like 10,000, isn't it? 10,000. And then we have the cost as well. Cost is 26,000. We also have like a 34,000. We also have like a 42,000. 42,000. We also have like a 46,000, isn't it? 46,000. All right. So we're being told that in the next year we wanna produce 13,000 units. Wanna produce 13,000 units, isn't it? They want us to focus how much it would cost, isn't it? So it says step number 1, okay? First of all, you need to determine your variable cost per unit, isn't it? So it's a high and low method, okay? So you need to choose the highest level and the lowest level, isn't it? So the highest level here is 10,000. The lowest level is 5,000, isn't it? And then we're also gonna pick their costs as well. We're gonna ignore anything else, isn't it? So we say that the formula says increase in cost over increase in activity level, isn't it? So activity level, it increased from 5 to 10, isn't it? So the difference between the two, 10,000 minus 5, obviously is going to be 5,000, okay? And then here the increase is going to be 46 minus 26, right? So the difference there is obviously 20,000. So it's going to be 20,000 divided by the increase in activity level, 5,000, okay? So that simply means that your variable cost per unit will be $4, okay? Step number 1 done. Step number 2, we need to find the fixed costs, right? So since you already know that it's $4 per variable cost, okay? And fixed costs are fixed on all the levels, isn't it? Which means that you can pick anything to calculate the fixed costs. So the total cost there on 5,000 is 26,000, okay? But the variable cost is 4. So let's find how much our fixed cost is. So it's gonna be 5,000, okay? Your units multiplied by $4, which I'm saying gonna get 20,000, isn't it? So if variable costs are 20,000 and the total cost is 26,000, it simply means that the difference between the two, 26,000 minus 20,000 variable costs, the 6,000 will be your fixed cost, isn't it? There you go, 6,000. Just so you know, if you're gonna apply the same process on all the activity level, you're still gonna get the same answer, okay? For example, let's apply it here on year number 4, okay? We're gonna say that we have 10,000 units, okay? The total cost is 46,000. So our variable cost is 4, right? When I say $4 multiplied by 10,000, right? So our variable cost there, I'm getting them there 40,000, isn't it? So obviously what we're gonna do, they're gonna say 46,000 total cost minus 40, we're still gonna get a 6,000 as your fixed cost, isn't it? So which means fixed costs are 6,000, right? So obviously if you're gonna go down there, what you're gonna go and do there, you're gonna obviously go and try to focus the one for 13,000, isn't it? So for 13,000, I want you to pay careful attention, okay? It's gonna be 13 multiplied by $4, the variable cost, isn't it? And then the answer you're gonna get plus fixed costs of 6,000. Because 4 is the variable cost per unit, and then plus fixed costs, that'll always there, no matter the activity level, isn't it? So let's do this calculation together, please. I hope you're holding a calculator there wherever you are. So it's gonna be 4 multiplied by 13,000, okay? 13,000. So the answer there is 52,000. 52,000. So 52 plus 6, that is like 58,000, isn't it? So which means the cost of producing 13,000 is gonna be 58,000. Okay. So this is basically the end of the calculation, okay? So there's something I also wanna add you, okay, that you need to understand as you go through the high and low. Because in some situation, okay, they're gonna tell you that the fixed costs from 5,000 to 8,000 is let's say 6,000, okay. The fixed costs above 9,000 is gonna be 6,500 fixed costs, okay. So in that situation, okay, when I'm doing your high and low, when I'm choosing a formula, when I'm doing the subtraction, for example, where is it? For example, when I'm choosing the 5 minus 10, you don't choose, be careful, listen carefully, you don't choose two levels which have different levels of fixed costs, okay? You do your high and low using two costs which are coming from same category. You get my point? So which means in this situation, you can do your high and low using a 5,000 and 9,000 because they're in the same category. You leave 10,000 out because 10,000, it is a fixed cost of 6,500, isn't it? So just be careful. Everything else will be very, very similar, but just be careful. Be mindful, okay? When you're doing your high and low, you're having fixed costs which are different from each and every level. Just choose the ones that are in the same range, isn't it? And then you do the same. And then when you're calculating the fixed costs like what you've done here, when you're calculating the fixed costs like what you've done here, you also gonna do the same thing, isn't it? If you are choosing, you're trying to find out how much our fixed cost is. You cannot take your 4 and then use it here. You only use it in the relevant range to find the fixed costs in that range, isn't it? Just be careful and then be mindful there, isn't it? To get my point. Be careful and then be very mindful, okay? And anywhere else, okay? Because obviously they're gonna ask you obviously a lot of questions in there, isn't it? Because if you're gonna get the fixed cost of this relevant range, it doesn't mean it's the same at the side, isn't it? To get my point. It doesn't mean it's gonna be the same at the side, isn't it? So which means you also have to be very, very careful there because obviously when they're asking a question, it's 13,000, okay? You need to know the fixed costs that apply on 13,000 and the variable cost that apply on 13,000, okay? I don't think the variable cost will be a problem, isn't it? Because they're already there, isn't it? The only problem will be the fixed costs, okay? So again, the same formulas will be applied, isn't it? I think it's gonna be nicer when we keep on doing like more questions on the same scenario as well, isn't it? I think it'll be nicer that way. I would like to talk about the pitfalls of this method we just did here, okay? So the pitfalls of this method is, as you can see, it doesn't really consider the whole set of data, isn't it? It's only picking the highest and the lowest. You get my point? So how sure are you that obviously this $4 is really your variable cost? Because just calculate that one using a highest and lowest point, is it? It's missing a lot of data. So what I'm trying to say here is it is so much exaggeration. It's too subjective. And the most advantage is it's so easy to do, isn't it? I don't think it's gonna be harder for you to do either. It's so easy to do. So it's easy to do, but yet too subjective, isn't it? So I think that is the entire thing about the high and low, okay? The other lecture will be coming up as well on the regression analysis, okay? So see you in that lecture. All right.